Here we have expanding exponents. If we look at our first example, 5 to the exponent 3, 3 is our exponent and 5 is our base. The entire expression is known as a power. If we want to expand this out, what we would have to do is take our base and multiply it out 3 times. So it would look something like this. 5 times 5 times 5. Notice that 5 was multiplied to itself 3 times. If you take this to your calculator and multiply it through, you'll notice that 5 times 5 times 5 is 125. So let's try the second example. Here we have -2 all to the exponent 5. If we have to expand this out, in brackets we would write -2 times -2 times -2 times -2 times -2. That's right, you guessed it. 5 times does the -2 have to get multiplied out. And here you have it, -2 times -2 times -2 times -2 times -2. Now, we still have to multiply this through. In our calculator, we have to put in, or be sure to put in, brackets when multiplying out this -2. The reason for that is because it may not give you the right answer. Now on your calculator, you'll notice that you have bracket signs. Use the bracket signs and multiply -2 5 times, just as it's shown here. When you do that, you will notice that the solution is -32. Notice that in this little box, there are a bunch of multiplication rules for integers. Here you can see that when a positive integer is multiplied by a positive integer, the result is positive. With a negative integer times another negative integer, the result is also positive. Basically, any time that the signs are exactly the same when multiplying, their results are positive. On the other hand, when you have opposite signs multiplying together, for instance, a positive integer times a negative integer, or a negative integer times a positive integer, their results will be negative. We can use this in making sure that our solution is correct. Notice that negative times negative will give us a positive result. And then to follow, a positive times the next negative will give a negative result. And then this negative times the next positive, the next negative will give a positive result. And this positive times the last negative will give a negative result. The final answer must be negative. And if you notice, that's exactly what we have, is a negative answer. Here you have 2 questions that you can try on your own. Just remember that when working with a negative power, you must punch that in with brackets on your calculator. When you're ready, you can click here for solutions. Here are the 2 solutions that you should have received. 6 to the exponent 3 will give an answer of 216. And -3 to the exponent 5 will give an answer of -243.